Hey everybody, I hope you all are doing well. It has been about 2 months since I last played, but I am very excited to get back into this game again, to train up our team, complete the rest of the Unova League, and see what else we can get ourselves into. But first, Seaside Cave, or maybe not. Humph, if you want to get past here, you have to defeat me, and my Roggenrola, and we're as sturdy as rock. But, my Roggenrola and I only battle strong trainers. That is my and my Roggenrola's policy. It's as sturdy as rock. The way he was blocking it, I was like, oh, I know he can't go much further. But then I was thinking, oh, we just have to battle him? That's not too bad. And rock and roll is not that strong. Um, oh, it's autumn now. It actually is autumn in real life as well. Alright, well, so much for the cave. I'm guessing we have to come back when we get some more gym badges. So let's work on that, shall we? And I'm going to start by reminding myself where we are on the town map. So up here, I believe, is... well, the way to the Pokemon League. I'm not sure if you can go there through the tube, but they're still building the tube, right? So I guess this is how they block you from getting to the Pokemon League for now. I'm not sure. So I think we'll probably have to head either up this way or the other way, but let's try this way. Let's try Route 13 and see if we can head to Lacunosa Town next. Because I think it's... I can't remember which is the last gym badge. It might actually be Icarus City, which means Apollucid would be next. Even though Apollucid is the last gym in the original games. Draco Plate. Okay, that could be good. That powers up dragon attacks. So let me just remind myself what Alton is holding here. Eviolite. That's pretty good too. Let's keep the Eviolite for now, because he's my last unevolved Pokemon. And then when he fully evolves, we'll trade that for the Draco Plate. I can't remember what level Fracture evolves at. It's like 48 or 50 something maybe. Just checking to make sure we already defeated that guy. And up Dead End Beach. There's probably some like hidden items in the sand here, but I'm not too worried about that. Alright. Oh, rival battle. I was about to heal up too. Let's see how well we raised our Pokemon. Alright, well that's a cool way to start things off. Rival battles are always exciting. And hopefully not super tough, but we'll see. He's probably higher levels though, but he only has 3 Pokemon. No, he's about the same as we are, it looks like. Maybe a little higher. Alright, Flo. Let's use Rain Dance, because Unfezant might be faster, it is. So Razor Wind is a 2-turn attack. And I think it's actually a normal attack. Not flying type, although you think it'd be flying type. Because it's based on the wind, like Hurricane. And now we should be faster because of our Swift Swim ability. And our Surf is also super powered. And down goes Unfezant. It's a little disappointing that he only has 3 Pokemon at this point in the game. You think he'd have like 4 or 5. And Simisage, good choice. Alright, we might want to switch Outflow here, because I don't really want to take a grass attack. Asper could and get an attack increase. Let's do it, even though Asper's already 44. Always fun to use our ability, assuming a Seed Bomb or something like that is coming. Seed Bomb. And there we go, now our attack stat is raised. Love it when a plan comes together. Let's use Mega Horn. Might miss, but if it hits, that is going to be a definite knockout. Even without the attack boost, it probably would have been. Also, I like Asper's little autumn hairdo there. Or leaf do, I guess. Very cool. And Samurott, okay. 1 level higher, but we do have a grass type. And we're faster. Samurott is not super fast from what I recall. And a 1-hit knockout. Yeah, that attack boost definitely came in handy there. Good job, Asper. Almost 45. I couldn't even draw my team's real strength. How pathetic. I wouldn't say it's pathetic. Just gotta catch some more Pokemon and keep training. If we're this strong, Team Plasma will run screaming when they see us. I won't let them get away though. Hey Purloin, I'll get it back for sure. So Uno, keep helping me out. Also, continue to work hard on the Pokedex. You're the one who was officially asked to complete it after all. Yeah, we'll see about that. There's a lot of Pokemon in this stage in the series. So now we're going to heal up, and then we'll head north. We're probably good on items. I can always check between episodes too, so I'm not going to worry about that. Hopefully we don't run out of repels. But even if we do, a few wild Pokemon here and there might not hurt, because our team does feel a little bit underleveled. As strong as they are, levels matter too. Or at least will once we get to the really tough fights. Alright, I see a black belt here, it looks like. This is my path. Well, your path has brought you to me. Black belt Wesley and a Girder. Pretty even matchup then. It is funny that Hugh's Pokemon were not higher level than the trainers around here. You'd think they would be. So we'll have to see when we get to the gym what level the gym trainers are at, and if we need to do a little bit of training ahead of time first. So Dynamic Punch, a very strong move, 100 base power, fighting type, and I thought it always confused you, but I didn't see anything about confusion there. So maybe it's a 50% chance? Or maybe he has... can Girder have the ability Sheer Power? That could be it, because I thought the idea with Dynamic Punch was that it's like 100 base power but only 50% accuracy, but if it hits, the Pokemon is always confused, unless it has Own Tempo, but we have Swift Swim, not Own Tempo as our ability. So the only thing I can think of is that maybe either I'm misremembering what their move does, but I don't think I am. Let's heal up Flo just a little bit here. And then we'll switch her out after like one more battle. Or it must have Sheer Force, which reduces the secondary effects, sorry, eliminates the secondary effects of moves. But also increases their power by, I think it's 30%. Ay-ay-ay-ay-ay! A, what do they call this? Karate Girl or Battle Girl? Something like that. Battle Girl, Elise. And a Scrafty. In my Omega Ruby boss battle series, which is also up on the channel, I had a Nidoking that had Sheer Force, which was a lot of fun, because you could teach him moves like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Earth Power, I think I did Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave, whichever one has the 95 base power, I guess. Because all those have secondary effects normally, but they're very rare secondary effects, they're like 10% or 20%, so it's not a big, it wasn't a big deal to lose them. Does Mudshot have a chance of reducing accuracy? Let me just remind myself here. Check moves. Mudshot reduces speed. I'm not too worried about that, because we are already faster. Oh, we're not faster. Well, guess I should use Mudshot or Rain Dance. Oh well. Too late now. Oh, okay. I guess I unintentionally did make the right call, because due to damage variation, that ended up working out anyway. Alright, let's give Flo a rest. And bring out Nim. And we'll keep Asa in the back there as Nim's disguise. Trainer tips, change your type on the trainer card. Oh, that's cool. Not going to worry about that right now, though. I don't think we have cut, right? Nope. Ooh, so many different options. Okay, let's face this guy. He looks like an ace trainer. Behold my impressive physique. It's fitting of an ace trainer. I knew it. Ace trainer Miguel. And a Delcatty. A normal type cat Pokemon. Looks like he has 2 level 45s. So you could say he's twice as strong as those karate people. I was excited because like Boss is a fighting type, but that's right. All right, let's use Foul Play, because I think Delcatty has a pretty good. Oh no, it's going to reveal our disguise. We are exposed. All right, I think it has a pretty good attack stat. Maybe, I don't know. It's not a very strong Pokemon overall. Oh no, we're attracted. Okay. Well, attract is kind of like confusion, maybe a little less annoying, because you don't do damage to yourself, but I don't really want to sit here and flip coins. So let's go ahead and switch out Nim for Russ. And Russ should be a pretty good matchup being... Oh no! Okay, good. I'm glad this thing missed. Being a rock type. And I think we should use Fly. Because Sing, it only has, I think, 55% accuracy, but it puts your Pokemon to sleep, so... Just like Jigglypuff did. There we go. And now Russ and Nim both get some XP, and Nim is 43. Nim is kind of, don't tell him this, but kind of my least favorite to use right now. Alright, Electric is an electric type. So it has Levitate though, so we can't use Dig. So let's try Rock Slide. Just because his moveset currently is not very good. But once he gets some better moves, which I will work on. Oh, Flinch, that's awesome. He'll be really fun to use and a lot stronger. So hopefully we can get his signature move, Night Daze, and Flamethrower. And I'll keep Extra Sensory, which is a good move, but just not really good as like a main move. And neither really is Foul Play. My Pokemon couldn't do my impressive physique justice. You keep telling yourself that. Alright, do we need to heal? I think we do need to heal a little bit, although... Oh, we'll leave Nim out for a bit since we just got him out. And Moo Milk. Since we have a bunch, I'm going to use Flow as well. Just in case we end up with another really tough battle, although we've already faced the rival, so that seems a little unlikely, but... Ooh, what is this? And Ultra Ball. Okay, not that exciting. Oh, I see. I see where we are. And a Fisherman. Probably has some fun water types. Fisherman Leroy. Leroy Jenkins, perhaps? Vaporeon, very cool. I love how many different Pokemon appear in this game. It makes things really interesting when it's not just the same, you know, 150 or 200 or however many a lot of the games have in their base Pokedex. Alright, so now it's lucky that we are not a fire type. Let's go with Extra Sensory. Vaporeon is very bulky. It has a very high health stat. So, even though we're not weak to it, it did a lot of damage anyway, and it lowered our accuracy. So I also don't really want to take a chance with missing, and we can't defeat it in one more hit. So let's switch out to... I could bring out Asper again, but we always bring out Asper. Let's bring out Ulton. Or... Yeah, we'll bring in Ulton, because Flow would take normal damage from water, since we do not have Water Absorb. And I guess Flow also doesn't really have super strong moves to retaliate with. If we had, like, Earth Power, that'd be better. Muddy Water. Hopefully we don't get another accuracy drop. It's not very effective. Okay, good. So let's go for Dragon Claw. And while Dragon Claw won't do as much damage as it would have done if we were holding the Draco Plate, we did take less damage from that that Muddy Water because of our Eviolite. Even Love, a disappointing result. That's good when fishing, because sometimes, at least in my experience, back when I was a kid, there are definitely days where you really don't catch anything that exciting. And the Extra Transceiver is ringing. Hi, is this Uno? Really? That's your race? Oh, it's Yancy again. Okay. Holiday. It's today a holiday? Today is not a holiday. Yesterday was Veterans Day, but today is not a holiday. That'll date when I record this, because I'm sure by the time I upload it and get it up, you'll be like, wow, he recorded this forever ago. But I think currently well, maybe not. I've uploaded episode like 5 so far, I think, as of this recording. And this is 25, 26, so yeah, we're getting there. Okay, 80 points, that should be enough. And let's check what's up here. We could also surf if it looks like there's a lot of stuff in the water, but it seems to follow the shoreline fairly closely. A woman standing alone with a parasol in one hand at the beach. Please have a battle with me. What I was starting to say before was Vaporeon has a very high health stat, but it's also more of a special defense Pokemon than a defense Pokemon. I mean, you can invest like EVs in it to make it more defensive, but I think that's why our Dragon Claw actually did a lot more damage than Extra Sensory did. And Stab, of course. Alright, Cast Form is a normal type until it uses a weather move. So extra sensory it will be. Sunny day, and now it's a fire type. But that won't really matter too much to us. It's cool to cast form though, it's not a Pokemon you see too often. And one more extra sensory should do the trick. I guess in a way it's kind of balanced things a bit because yes, Nim was a little bit overpowered at the start of the game, having an 80 base power move. Although at least it wasn't an 80 power stab move. But now that we're like later in the game, or mid-later in the game, it's not as strong because the move pool kind of stayed the same, more or less, and hasn't caught up. So I think, in average, we've been about at our appropriate move level. Sorry, my cursor's on the screen. Didn't realize that. And a Basculin. A water-type fish Pokemon. So extra sensory it is. For a split second there, I was like, wait, is Basculin also dark? But I was pretty sure it wasn't. That's the other thing when I don't play these games for a while. I have to, like, clean off, get the dust off part of my brain where all the Pokemon facts are stored. And Staryu is definitely just a pure water type. Starmie is water and psychic. And down it goes. Alright, we'll keep them out against this one more fisherman, and then we'll change for somebody else. Embargo. That keeps your opponent from using their items, I believe. Given the name, that makes sense. Phew, I lost again, but it was nice to take my mind off fishing for a bit. Oh, happy to break with the monotony. I do think fishing would be more exciting if you were like also like having Pokemon battles in between. Check out my Alomomola. It took me 100 Pokeballs to catch it. Oh, you should have tried Great Balls or Ultra Balls. Or, what's it called, Net Balls? I think fishermen would have Net Balls. That'd be kind of cool if you, like, when they threw it out, if some of them actually were, like, the Net Balls or Dive Balls or something. Like, if divers use Dive Balls. Not all the time, but, like, some of the time. But it seems like all the trainers just use Pokeballs, probably for, like, memory storage purposes. Alright, let's use... Now, let me just remind myself what Fake Tears do again. Doesn't that lower its special defense? Fake Tears... Yes, it does. Okay. Because the Lomoloa can also have a lot of health, I probably should have done this on Vaporeon. Sorry, that was my phone alarm. Let's go ahead and use Fake Tears. And it's going to use Wish. Okay, so Wish is going to heal it at the end of the next turn. So there's not a lot of use in damaging it, so what I'm going to do is use another Fake Tears, and then the Wish will hit. Instead of healing it, it's already topped off, so it'll keep itself up. But then I should be able to defeat it in like one attack now. And yeah, the Wish fails if you already have a Wish out. Oh, is it not? I thought it was just one more turn. It's got to be one more turn. So maybe it just didn't say anything because the HP was full. I wish it would have said something though. And yes, because of those two harsh special defense drops, that was a one-hit knockout. I guess the number of Pokeballs I use doesn't mean my Pokemon doesn't mean much in battle. I guess the number of Pokeballs I use to catch my Pokemon doesn't mean much in battle. That's what he said. Alright, so good job, Nim. Let's give you a break and bring out the real Bossa. Our last level 42 Pokemon. This is a cool little area here. And again, let me just make sure there's no... I don't think there is. Like hidden areas off the water here. The devs like to do that. Ooh, I guess. I'm glad I checked. I assumed this cliff was like insurmountable, but clearly I was wrong. And okay, let's check this area first. And I do see either a trainer or maybe somebody who will give us something. Oh, it's a fisherman. I was about to say, that doesn't look like a trainer sprite. Yeah, we're probably going to get the same Pokemon in the water, so... Hey, what kinds of great Pokemon have you caught? Quite a few. Ironically, I'm about to show you the one that I didn't catch, the one I started with. But we'll see what he's caught. He's caught a Golduck. Interesting to be fishing and catch a duck. That's not really one you would expect to catch while fishing. Unless you're maybe like a really bad fisherman. But okay. So, now unfortunately it's a water type. This probably actually, in retrospect, is a bad place to train Bossa. Let's use Bulldoze to get his speed down. Okay, he's actually slower already. But I guess the good news is if we use Hammer Arm now to lower our speed, we'll still be faster. If we can survive this Aqua Tail. It is super effective and stab, but boss is pretty bulky, so good job hanging in there. Now, Hammer Arm should do a lot of damage, and it's a knockout, so that works too. Probably would not have been a one-hit knockout, though. Ho ho, these are some impressive Pokemon. Thank you. Let's give our impressive Pokemon here some milk to drink. He's got a lot of HP, so it's not quite topping him off, but we're topping her off. That's right, Bassa is a female. And we have TM29 Psychic. That's a good move. I don't know if anybody in our team is going to learn it. I don't think Nim actually can, or I probably would have taught that and not extrasensory. But let me just fire it up just in case. Yep, nobody's able. Oh well. Still a good TM though, just not for this team. Oh, and actually, I think I wanted to go down this way, just to make sure that there's not anything else hidden that we missed. Nope. Doesn't seem like it. Fought that guy already. And I've accidentally been shored. What about over here? A secret cove, perhaps? Kinda, not really. And I think we're almost in town now. Maybe not. Another, oh, let's not use a repel. Let's see what's in the grass here. A Tangela, okay. Didn't expect that, but that's pretty cool. And it's a grass type, so this should be a nice, easy bit of experience. Flame Charge, of course. I do hope we get, like, Flamethrower or something like that soon. Another fire move that'll be more powerful. Eventually, I'd like to get, oh no, we're stunned. We'll have to use an item after this. We could catch Tangela. It's had a pretty good health for catching, but don't really want one. I haven't actually trained a Tangrowth. It's a strong Pokemon. I like Tangrowth, but it's a little bit on the slow side, so perhaps one day. Alright, good. We are not fully paralyzed. Flare Blitz. That's the other move that I think I'll eventually want to teach Bassa. Since it's not technically the most powerful fire attack, but it's definitely up there. 120 base power. So I think tied for Fire Blast in this generation. Oh! Wishes do come true. Would you look at that? Alright. Now... yeah, okay. So 50 base power to 95. Definitely better even if our attack stat is better than our special attack. Because I don't think it's like doubly better. Let's see. Hopefully not a mistake, although if I did I have some heart skills I think, so... our attack is a lot stronger, but again, not double, or not almost double, so Flamethrower is still the better move. Alright, let's use something to cure that paralysis. Poison Cherry. We only have one Cherry Berry. Maybe we should save it. Oh well, too late. 'Cause most likely it would just sit in my inventory forever. Cobalion! It's a legendary Pokemon. I don't know if we get to actually face him here. I was thinking this wasn't a trainer for a second. The power of 3 come together as one. Let's have a triple battle. Oh, fun. I have no idea who my first 3 in the lineup are, but that'll make things interesting. Again, I really love how they kind of dot the landscape with a few special battles. Not so much where it's like annoying, but enough where it's like just enough to break up the monotony. I kept wanting to say autonomy, that's the wrong word. Alright, we're all at the same levels, although we've taken a little bit of damage here, so... ooh, and unfortunately... okay. Let's use Rock Slide against both of them. It's not very effective against Vibrava, being a ground and dragon type, but it's super effective against Flareon, and it can cause the flinch, so it's really good in these double battles. And... oh, Rock Slide against all 3 will be great. Larvesta is doubly weak to it, so that's awesome. And then we only have 2 Rock Slides. Let's just use Dragon Claw against Flareon, just in case. And this should do a lot of damage. I don't know if it's like... I don't know how it works in triple battles. It's probably still 75%. Yeah, one hit knockout. Okay, so Dragon Claw's kind of a waste there, but you never know if Rock Slide's going to miss, so good to have anyway. Yeah, she got a little unfortunate there, having two Pokemon that are weak to rock attacks, facing off against two Pokemon of mine that have Rock Slide. Everyone coming together as one. What great teamwork that was. Thank you. I agree. They did a good job together. And Citrus Berry. It'd be funny if she gave me a Cherry Berry. A true test of a trainer's skill. Absol, that's cool. Another Pokemon I haven't trained, but I'm actually planning to in, I think, Platinum when I get to that one. We'll use Hammer Arm because it's super effective against a Dark type, like Absol. Absol, it doesn't have the strongest stats, but it has a very high attack stat. And it's just like a cool Pokemon. Like, Absol is definitely one of the coolest looking, at least Gen 3 Pokemon, in my opinion. So I definitely want to train one. And the speed's not bad, it's like 75. I think like in the olden days too, its move pool wasn't as great. Even in Gen 4 it might not be. But we can probably figure out something, so. Because if it had like a lot of like really strong 100 or 120 base power moves, it would be very powerful. But I think it mostly gets like, you know, slashy moves that are more like 70 base power, maybe 80. So, but you can use its ability and Hell Item to like do some fun stuff with crits. So that's probably what I'll do. Bit of a luck-based Pokemon, but that makes sense. Yeah, that'll be a probably a boss battle only series I'll do at some point in the future. All right, Route 13. Let's check our map again because I still don't really know where I am. I'm not as familiar with this region. So we're still on, okay, the same route we've been on. So I thought we were almost at the city, but perhaps I was wrong. I imagine Cobalion's going to run away and not fight us. I don't know. Can I fight it? Maybe if I do, I'd want to come back with Pokemon that can do like sleep moves. 'Cause I don't think we have any sleep moves. Yeah, we're gonna hold off on that at least for now. All right, so we have made it, Lacunosa Town. There was one place down there that we didn't explore. Maybe I'll do that next episode. Hi there, Uno. Hee hee, I use Fly, so it looks like I beat you here. Well, she had been here before. Thanks for your help in Reversal Mountain. If you go straight past Lacunosa Town, you'll reach Appaloosa City. Before you go, there's something I want you two to hear. What is it? You'll know soon enough. Hurry now. Where are we going? From her? You must be the ones who want to hear that old tale about Lacunosa Town. That's right, please tell us. All right, my dearies, please come in. Guess we're stopping by for tea. All right, we'll talk to this lady and then we'll end the episode. Behind Lacunosa Town, there's a big mighty hole. Have you ever heard of the Giant Chasm? It's Chasm, right? Not Chasm? Yeah, it's Chasm. Almost positive of that. Oh, I've heard that around the Giant Chasm, there have been brief temperature readings of negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Interesting. Why would it be so cold? That's what Charon told me anyway. It must be ghosts. The road is blocked, so we can't get there right now. A long, long time ago, the Giant Chasm was created when a big meteorite fell from the sky. A lot of meteorites in Pokemon. A really scary Pokemon was hidden inside that meteorite. A meteorite. When darkness falls over the land, this Pokemon appears. A frigid? I think it's frigid. I read a lot of words growing up in books and things, so I don't know how to say them. I just know how to spell them. But I think it's frigid wind that follows it. It freezes everything around and eats people and Pokemon. That's why everyone was afraid. Scary. The Pokemon ate people? So our ancestors surrounded the town with walls to prevent the Pokemon from getting inside the town. Very smart. Also, a rule was made forbidding anyone to go outside after dark. And that's the end of the old tale. A fascinating story. I'll add to my research records. Everyone, we should be going. Anything else she wants to say? That's sure a scary sounding Pokemon even in an old folktale. Indeed. And I suspect we will encounter that Pokemon later in the game. Wasn't that an interesting folktale? The Pokemon's true identity may be unknown, but the power mentioned in the story is incredible. I know, the power to freeze everything around it could even rival the power of the legendary Dragon-type Pokemon. You said it, Bianca. It's almost like Zekrom, who scorched Unova with intense lightning long ago. By the way, do you remember the story of Zekrom? I want to say yes, but let's say no, just so we can see it. A legendary dragon type that lends its power to the person it recognizes as a hero pursuing ideals. It has a black body and it can unleash fearsome lightning. Professor, do you think there's a connection between the Pokemon from the old story and the legendary dragon type Pokemon? Bianca's onto something. Good instincts. The meteorite. The meteorite? Zekrom was revived from a rock called the Darkstone. Let's suppose the meteorite from the story and this stone are one and the same. Take into account that elements from the same era were found in Dragon Spiral Tower, where Zekrom was, and in the Giant Chasm. It doesn't prove anything, but it could be a piece of the puzzle. Let's not write it off as a coincidence just yet. If your theories are true, it should be a really strong Pokemon. What kind of a reason would there be for it to come out only at night? Like if it doesn't like sunlight or something like that. Until we look into it more deeply, it would be hard to say anything about that. Now that I think about it, the name Lacunosa could be derived from Lacunosus clouds, which are clouds that resemble a net or a fence. I wonder if the name is related to the part of the story where they built walls to protect the town from the Pokemon. That would make a lot of sense indeed. Sorry, I rambled a bit, didn't I? Just a little. Could you ask Drayden about this when you get the chance? Alright, Drayden is the gym leader in Opelucid and a master of dragon types, so that makes sense. And he wrestles with his Pokemon to toughen him up. Interesting. Alright, I don't know if that toughens him up or them up more, but I'm going to go to the Pokemon Center, heal our team, and when we come back, I do want to check out that one little area down south just to make sure we didn't miss anything too big, but otherwise we'll head around town, make sure we didn't miss anything, and then head on to Opelucid and our next gym battle. So, thank you all for watching, keep being awesome, and I'll see you again soon.